ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation. Shalom, 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 Yashar and Yahudah, grafted in Gentiles into the body of Mashiach. We praise Yahuwah for the witness, the RUACH HaKodesh, the water and the blood. Listen, we at it, we still at it again. I didn't do a Shabbat lesson, but we did a Shabbat lesson when we were at it. And man, I'm telling you, it was a wonderful thing. You know, I give Most High praise because I thank him for using me, you know. I mean, I truly do. I thank him for using me. I thank you for him just being an Alua. Yahuwah Alua, a Yahuwah Zaba'oth. I just praise him because he's just so worthy of the praise, worthy of the glory and the honor. I had a successful trip to North Carolina, and at the same time, I got a chance to stay over in Columbia, South Carolina, with my sister and her husband. And, you know, it's just a wonderful thing, you know. And then to get together with the Achis, woo, woo, Yahoo, Yahoo. With the and praise and magnify Yahuwah Lua. Man, I just love it, you know. I give Yahuwah praise for being able to travel safely on RUACH, because that's what I call it, RUACH. And, you know, just having it be a pleasurable experience, you know. Just the savings that I had in riding her as opposed to driving my truck. You know what I mean? It's tremendous. So, you know, it was just an opportunity to spend times with the brethren and to baptize 3 men into this witness. You know, introduce them into the Ga'al family. You know, I mean, to be a part of Yahuwah Zaba'oth, you know, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing, you know, and I praise Yahuwah for that. I do. I give him the glory and the honor and the praise. You know, I got back home yesterday at about 4:30. It was maybe a little over a 10-hour trip, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful weather. You know, when I woke up, though, it was kind of chilly. It was like in the 40s. Good thing that I anticipated possible weather changes, you know, and dressed accordingly. So, I mean, though it was cold at times with my hands, that was short-lived because I could just turn my motorcycle on and heat up the seats and the bars. So, you know, it was a good experience. But, you know, it would not be possible without Amunah, right? It would not have been possible without me having Amunah in what Yahuwah has called me to do, right? I have to know that in order to continue to do this and please Yahuwah, I have to demonstrate it by my Amunah. And you know, this Amunah, right? Listen, if you just have it in the form of a grain of a mustard seed, or initially, right? Because the initial establishment of faith, this initial pieces, is really just a grain. But right when you nurture this, right, you allow yourself to grow exponentially because of the things that you do to develop your Amunah, right? Faith, Amunah, comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahuwah, putting the word of Yahuwah on the inside of you, not neglecting prayer and fasting. Because these are as essential ingredients to the cultivation of this seed that you are developing and bringing it to a place where it grows into this tree or this huge shrub, right? And that produces results, right? I have learned in my life that by every experience, Yahuwah has shown me in Amunah victory. I mean, just straight victory, right? Because first and foremost, I understand that I have to do something, right? In your Amunah, you have to demonstrate something, right? You can't just pray and ask Allah to do a thing that requires your Amunah and you not do something, right? And then there are some things that are just going to naturally come into your life at different points in time that bring tribulation, that test you. But the process is designed to elevate your Amunah. You are to take that which Yahuwah gives in tribulation, not because of sin, but because he chooses to send tribulation. Tribulation is key in the development of your character. Tribulation is key in the development of your character, your spiritual growth. Tribulation is necessary. And you have to understand that this Amunah has to be worked. It has to be worked. It has to be worked. My Amunah mixed with your Amunah causes a supernatural occurrence that manifests itself in the fulfillment of or the victory of whatever it is that you're believing Yahuwah for. But you have an obligation in your demonstration to exhibit Amunah in Yahuwah's word. You have to believe Yahuwah's word. You have to believe Yahuwah's word. You have to put forth works that reflect your commitment to what he says. My faith will not work for you if you don't have faith. My faith will not work for you if you don't have faith. If you are wavering like the waves of the sea, tossed and driven, moved about one way, another way. Yes, Yahuwah can do it. I'm not sure Yahuwah's doing it. I don't know if he's doing it. I need to pray more. I need somebody to agree with me more. Listen. You have to establish in your heart what Yahuwah has said in his word, and you have to believe it. You have to believe it. You have to release your Amunah in what his word says. You have to believe that Yahuwah is going to do exactly what he says in his word. Avraham believed Yahuwah, and it was counted unto him as righteousness. He is the patriarch of Yashar and Yahudah. He is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Yashar, right? But this thing, this Amunah, this faith, this demonstration, these works that you do to reflect your commitment and what you're believing Yahuwah to do is not limited just to Hebrews. It's not limited to just the 12 tribes. It's not limited to just the 12 tribes, right? Listen, my Achi brought out a beautiful lesson in reference to Yahudah, right? Right? He did a lesson and I did a lesson. And his lesson actually fed into my lesson. And then at the end, Yahuwah has given me a word that I'm going to bring tomorrow. Right? But he talked about Iob. Right? Now, Iob, when you understand this man, right? Iob was not of the nation. Yet he appears in the text a descendant of Avraham through Esau, a grandson serving as a king, to the people of Earth. But yet he was a man that Yahuwah said there was none like unto him. There was no man like this man, who loved Yahuwah and eschewed evil. He was not of the nation. Right? Not of the nation. Esau. Descendant. Esau. Esau's descendants, right? So, what made this individual, right, be numbered amongst those, right, who has Yahuwah's protection as a hedge? Who is this that has Yahuwah's protection as a hedge? This descendant of Esau, this king, right? Now, it makes sense when you understand in depth what took place and what was happening, right? But so that I don't go into it in such a deep manner at this point in juncture, it's important to say that this non-Hebrew, no, he was of the descendant of Esau. This non-Israelite, Yashar, was able to, by his demonstration, find him in a place where he was obeying a word that was given by his forefather, Abraham, handed to Isaac, and handed to Ishmael or Esau. Handed to Ishmael and to Esau. He believed Yahuwah. Something that clicked in him. He believed Yahuwah. So much so that there was nobody in the land that he was in had established this same word, right? Gotta take a photo for Uber. The same response, the same prosperity, the same protection. We know that Abraham believed Yahuwah and Elu, and it was counted unto him as righteousness, right? He obeyed Yahuwah. Ayub had to have obeyed Yahuwah. At the end of the day, the point that I'm making is that Yahuwah is not a respecter of person. Yahuwah will honor all those who honor him and keep his ToRaH. Yahuwah will honor all those who keep his word, demonstrate their obedience, keep atonement. He will provide for you. No weapon that comes against you will prosper. No. It does not mean that Yahuwah is not going to bring you in a place of tribulation. Because tribulation works. Oppression works. Pressure works. Things work. And Yahuwah is going to use it together for his good. Yahuwah is developing a mustard tree from an initial seed that has to be cultivated. Because see, in the end, this seed has to cause you to have Amunah until the end. The seed has to establish resolve in him, by your confidence in him, right? You know he's gonna bring you out. You know he's gonna turn the tide. You know no weapon is going to prosper. You know this. You know this. You know no weapon is going to prosper. You're convinced in Amunah. Yahuwah's not a respecter of person. He's going to move on behalf of those who believe him. And listen, listen, listen. This only applies to those that are in the witness. You can't say that I have Amunah in Yahuwah without Yahusha HaMashiach's witness. I believe Yahuwah and I believe the ToRaH. No, you don't. Because the ToRaH points to Yahusha HaMashiach, and Yahusha HaMashiach is that sacrifice. He is that high priest. He's that which you have to release your Amunah in, that Yahuwah has spoken in reference to. This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Hear ye him. He sent his Son into the world, not to condemn, but that the world through him might receive Yeshua. 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 You have to believe Yahuwah. You have to be convinced. And Amunah. You got to cultivate your Amunah. I can pray for you, and everybody else can pray for you, but if you don't have Amunah, guess what? Not that man, not that woman think they're going to receive anything from you. Because it ain't going to happen. And again, you have to understand, right? Some things are tribulation that Yahuwah allows to come to bring you to a place in him. You know, sometimes we think we believe Yahuwah. Sometimes we think we have faith in Yahuwah. But when the pressure is turned up, we start questioning his faithfulness. You start questioning whether or not Yahuwah is really with us. Start questioning it. Abraham staggered not at the promise of Yahuwah through unbelief. You have to be convinced. Your Amunah has to be settled. You can't waver. And if you have been wavering, you need to ask the Most High to forgive you. And recognize this kind comes forth but by prayer and fasting. See, and the disciples couldn't cast out a devil. Couldn't make a devil do what he wanted to do. Why can't we do this, Yahusha? Because you don't have Amunah. You need to fast more. You need to pray more. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, we're going to go into this deeper. on tomorrow. But understand this. Faith without works is dead. There's a commitment. You can't waver. You can't waver. You gotta be strong in Amunah. You can't waver. You gotta be convinced. Abba Yahuwah, I pray in the name of Yahusha Mashiach that this your people would be established in your Besor and your Torah, and that they would have Amunah, that this seed that is supposed to be developing into a tree through tribulation and experiences and in prayer and in fasting and in reading and hearing the word would develop them, so that they may endure to the end. Abba Yahuwah, I pray, and that this word would go forth and not return unto you void. I pray that it would not cause anyone to stumble, to be turned out of the way. I pray that it would minister grace and peace to the hearers. In the name of Yahusha Mashiach. Man of Yah, woman of Yah, a little word for today. Again, I'm going to go more in depth about it because there's a need to. You know, enduring it to the end. There's a need to. You got to understand what you need to do in order to accomplish that. You got to know what you need to do in order to see that through. So, man of Yah, woman of Yah, called the greatest woman you beautifully wonderfully made. Today you are go forth in his grace and his favor, and remember that without Amunah, it's impossible to please Yahuwah. When you come to Yahuwah, you must first believe that he's Yahuwah. And if you believe in that he's Yahuwah, then you know that anything that he can do. And that he rewarded them that diligently seek him. That I say, shalom, shalom, shalom. ToRaH Garden, speaking the absolute truth. ToRaH Nation.